Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Formula. This is Wildcard Weekend.
Super wild card.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
We made it.
Corey.
We made it.
So, man.
Should have had Corey do that intro there.
Kind of did.
Well, since it's a smaller slate of games, we have 6. What we're gonna do is each of us are gonna have 4 picks, including our lock, as always. But then we'll each have a teaser in 2 of the games that we did not make a pick in. So that's how we'll do it for this show. And then, of course, have our Saturday and Sunday DFS slates as well later in the week. But here we are. We've gotten through the regular season, had a good year. I mean, if we could just go through the regular season only, we had a winning record overall. Like, we had a fantastic
boys.
Don't downplay this. In order to be considered a sharp, you have to hit 52% of your bets. We all crushed that number. I was the closest, but still.
You were the closest?
Closest to 52. Some of you guys
gotcha.
are like the 60s and 70% range.
Yeah,
as a track
as a
for the first
conglomerate.
year.
Yeah, like you take all 4 of us, add them up. Yeah,
awesome year, boys.
So we're gonna take that into the playoffs. But we'll start out here. We have a Saturday slate where we have the Seahawks, who had a pretty low percent chance going into the week, but they took care of business, and the Packers lost, so they snuck in, and they're going, third time they've played this year now, going into San Fran to face the Niners, who are one of the hottest teams in the league right now. We'll start off. Who wants to go first in this one?
I'll start it off here. Seattle is 1-7 ATS in the last 8. We saw this last week that they struggled mightily against a JV team in the Los Angeles Rams. Honestly, they probably should have lost that game. I mean, they really wanted to lose. They tried their very best to lose that game, and somehow they squeaked out a win there in the last overtime field goal. Now they have to play the buzzsaw, which is the 49ers, led by the Brock Purdy offense. San Francisco, on the other hand, 7-1 ATS in the last 8. Fun little fact, this game opened up a double-digit favorite in the Niners' favor. In Wildcard Weekend, double-digit favorites, I believe, are 11-3 against the spread. So I will be taking the 49ers minus the 9.5 here. The Seahawks run defense is abysmal. And on the other side of the ball is Christian McCaffrey and a healthy Deebo Samuel. So give me the Niners.
Well, just because I have the opposite side of this, I'll go next. I have the Seahawks plus 9.5. If you just look, for me, if you were to compare quarterbacks, Geno versus Purdy, I give the edge to Geno. I know Purdy's come in and look good, but just if I had to pick a quarterback, I'd pick Geno. Running back, obviously you go to McCaffrey, but Kenneth Walker, still solid. You beat the 49ers through the air. Like, we know they have a stout run defense, but Seattle, they've beaten teams throughout the year by passing. They have amazing weapons in Metcalf and Lockett. And that's how you attack the Niners. Their secondary is not very good. They've been good once you get down to the red zone, but I think that in this third divisional game, third time they're facing this year, the Seahawks are going to keep this one much closer than people think. I'm not saying they're going to pull off the upset, but I think it'll surprise some people how close Seattle will keep this game. I think the Seahawks defense, I think the Seahawks secondary is better than the Niners. Like, the 49ers overall defense, yes, is better, but I think the secondary of the Seahawks is better, and Purdy can make mistakes. Like, he's this coming in, like, this is Brock Purdy's first playoff game. So,
whoa. Okay, first off, PB, give the man some credit. He has already captured the throne of the nickname Brock the Rock. He has dethroned Brock Osweiler, infamous QB, had a great successful career. and now he is the new Brock the Rock. Okay, so give him some credit first off for that.
Tell me why you're gonna take the Seahawks now, because that's what you always do. You just
No. But I do like the one point you were saying. You think thinking it's going to be a close game. So this is actually the first leg of my teaser. I don't like a lot of point spreads in playoffs. I think you're always going to get a good competitive game. I don't see this panning out like the national championship blowout, the Georgia Bulldogs, but we could see it. So either way, I'm taking the 49ers, buying myself some points down in the first leg of a teaser here.
So you want that? You like them at 3.5?
Yep. I'm going to be riding the 49ers and the Bills.
I don't like that's a dangerous teaser down that hook. That 3.5 could kill you, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So this is my lock of the week. Like Nick said, probably too many points for me to take, although I do think the 49ers could cover this. They're going to slow the pace down and their defense is going to show up. Geno is 0-2 straight up and ATS against the Niners this year and has scored a total of 20 points in both of those matchups. Both going 21-13 and 27-7 in those games. Although Pete Carroll, solid coach, has a ton of playoff experience. I think he's going to give the 49ers a little bit of trouble here. I don't see them putting up that 30 points that they've been doing consistently in their 10 straight wins. And there is currently 40% of the tickets and 92% of the money on the under 42.5. So give me that as my lock of the week for Super Wildcard Weekend.
I don't mind that.
Did I miss something? Where's this emphasized super coming from?
It's what they call this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Super Wildcard Weekend.
I think it came from the Pat McAfee show, but
I was going to say I must not have watched the most recent episode of McAfee.
No, one more thing then we can just move on from this. I think the Seahawks exhausted so much last week to beat the Rams. That I think that the 49ers kind of cruised in. So I mean, Seahawks were fighting for their playoff life since like week 10. So
isn't it Geno's first playoff game too?
Yeah,
I mean, it's Brock's, but
so I again and
Brock is just the rookie guy. Whereas
no, he doesn't know. They both. I mean, their experience is about the same with the level of playoffs because they don't have any. My one thing is, I guarantee you, DK Metcalf, basically cost them the game this week. Unlike it might not be like the last play of the game or something. He will do something so stupid and so boneheaded that it's going to take Seattle out of scoring position or take points off the board because he's a child. He is a child.
Well, I think he could also easily go for over 100 and score.
He could, yeah. I'm not saying he needs to mature.
Okay. Well, I think Seattle keeps this one a little bit close to cover this, but yeah, on to the next one. We have the night game, the Chargers going to play the Jags. I don't know what the Chargers, they could have just had a week off of rest, gotten just game plan for 2 weeks straight for this matchup. But instead they go out, play all their starters and still lose to the Broncos, who I said last week was going to win. I said it was going to be the sneaky shootout of the week. It was. But I mean, I was just shocked when it came to the time that they even played their starters, but they did. They lost to Russ. Now they got to go in and play the Jaguars. Who wants to start this one off? The 2.5 point favorites in Jacksonville. The Chargers are 2.5 point favorites in Jacksonville.
I'll start us off. The Jags remind me a lot of the Chargers last year. You've got a really talented young quarterback. You've got some weapons, but a lot of inexperience across the board. Obviously, Doug Peterson has won a Super Bowl, so that helps quite a bit on the coaching side of things. But I just think the Chargers are ready to go right now. I think the Jags are where they were at last year. And I think that in a field goal game, the Chargers can cover this 2.5. So that's the side I'm going to be taking here.
All right.
Yeah. I'm with you, Alex. I think it's a big advantage actually to be at home for them, or for the Jags too, especially with all the young guys. Like, I don't know. It's
Nick,
going to
wait,
be a
I'm
close
so
game,
confused. Are you
definitely.
on the Jack? Are you in agreement with Alex, or because the Jags are at home?
Yes, I know that. I just said that.
Oh, but sorry, I thought you said you were agreeing with
I
Alex.
think they're going to cover, but I think that gives them an edge to keep it close because they're at home. Bunch of young guys going out there. They're going to feed off the fans, but it's not going to be enough for the rumbling, bumbling, stumbling Justin Herbert. He's an absolute howitzer.
Rocket arm.
You're telling me no way Herbert's losing his first playoff game? Won't happen. I don't care who they're playing. It won't happen.
Well, they have to
Corey's
cover
favorite
2.5.
words.
They have to
Corey's
cover 2.5.
favorite words.
They have to cover 2.5, Nick. Not
Crippling Corey.
PB, what you got?
So I'm on the opposite side. So far, the start of it, I feel like I'm on an island here, but I don't understand why the Jaguars at home would be underdogs to the Chargers. You both have, at this point, yeah, I'd probably give Herbert the slight edge, but I mean, the Jaguars are still a team that's pretty solid here. I think ETN has a massive game against this Chargers run funnel defense, but and even their pass defense, it's solid. But with a good quarterback like Lawrence, I think he's able to take advantage of it as well. And it's just in a playoff game at home, I'm going to take points when it's like two teams that I think are very evenly matched. Like that's just all it comes down to. If I had to pick a winner, I'd probably also pick the Jaguars just because they're at home and I think they're evenly matched.
Wrong.
Okay. I think the Jaguars
absolutely wrong.
Come in here and start.
This is
Have you ever heard of Joey Bosa? Khalil
Yeah.
Mack?
I have.
okay. Well,
They're going to be in this game.
watching the Jaguars last week play against that incredible Titans defense, and they put up an amazing 20 points. I like what the Jags are. No, I don't like what the Jags are doing. I like what the Los Angeles Chargers are doing. I like them at -2.5. I like them at -6.5. The Chargers are my sneaky Super Bowl team this year.
Wow.
I actually said a while ago that they had a good chance. We'll have to go back to the tapes to find that one. I think they're getting, minus the Mike Williams, they've gotten healthy over the last couple of weeks.
Mike Williams is going to play, I'm pretty sure.
No, okay, but like their defense and everything, everyone's gotten healthy. They had a good point. They're a team that can put up 50 points in a game, and no one would bat an eye at it. Jaguars, on the other hand, are a team that cannot do that. They played earlier this year. Jaguars went to LA and they crushed them. That was the JV squad of the Chargers. Everyone was hurt. It was just Justin Herbert versus the Jags. Jaguars.
Now you think the Chargers should be favored? Chargers
should definitely be favored. This is exactly where I would thought it would be, -2.5, maybe even down to a pick 'em. I just think there's so many weapons on the Chargers. I think they're more talented on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive line. They can probably make an argument that they're pretty even. And then the secondary of the Jacksonville Jaguars is abysmal. It is bad. Josh Dobbs had a pretty good solid game, and he was one drive away to winning that game. So I like the Chargers here. I like the Chargers here -2.5. And yeah, I can see him being the sneaky team come out of the AFC here.
I like how you mentioned the Jaguars against the Titans and how they performed when they still won, and the Chargers went and just got beat by Russell Wilson and the Broncos. So
okay, yes, that definitely that happened, and you also have to kind of think I don't know what the Chargers were doing, and if they were fully invested in that game,
they were definitely, otherwise it would have sat everyone.
No. I'm as a player's mindset, going in playing this game doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And which is a terrible thing to do because that's how injuries happen. And that's what unfortunately it happened to Mike Williams, but the Jaguars, win or go home. That was their playoff game last week.
Yeah. I will say so because I like this pick enough to include it in a pick and not a teaser. perfect team to include on your teaser is the Jaguars, because you get them at home through the 3, through the 7. You get them to plus 8.5. Again, they're not gonna be on my card because I picked the Jags, but I think they'll be in other teasers that I make this week because love that pick.
For sure. On to Sunday.
Yeah, on to the Sunday games. We have the Dolphins, Skylar Thompson-led Dolphins, going to play the Bills.
Yikes.
13.5 point favorites, biggest spread of the week. There's not much hope for the Dolphins here. I mean, if the Dolphins win this, like, it'll be Tyreek Hill is going for like over 200 or Waddle. Like, that's the only possible way.
Ain't happening.
Yeah. So I don't know. So what do you guys have picks in here? I think the spread's still pretty high. What do you guys think? This was a harder pick for me.
I think it is a difficult pick just because it's such a huge number in the playoffs. I think the score could be like 31-13. Pretty realistically. I'm going to tease it down just because of my rationale. I don't like a lot of points on the board in a playoff game. So going down to a touchdown, but I think the Bills could win by maybe 21 plus.
So your teaser is 49ers minus 3.5 and
I mean,
Bills minus 4.5.
As if the Bills didn't need any more reasons to be like a Super Bowl favorite with everything that's happened this year. I think they're just on an emotional journey. You could see out of just kind of a wonderkind team, just nobody's going to stop them. I don't think. Like there's so much emotionally invested in this postseason run. Before the season even started, and here we are, just with even more reasons. So I like the Bills to make it to the Super Bowl this year, but I think Skylar Thompson sucks for the Dolphins because they had such a great year and they don't get Tua back. And you love what they did, but super upset that I have a future on them as well.
Yeah, that's right. Does anyone else have a pick? Because this is one I'm including in teaser. So if you guys have picks, you guys can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm taking the under here, 43.5. We saw what Skylar Thompson did against the Jets. The score was 11-6 last week. And the Bills defense is at the same caliber as the Jets in my mind. This is the first stop on the Bills' way to the Super Bowl champs. Yeah.
I think so too.
I think that the Bills could easily put up 30 here. I'm a little scared on the under just because I think they're going to try and make a statement for sure in the first week of the playoffs here. But I don't see the Dolphins scoring very much. And I'm going to go with the under 43.5. I don't like it. It's going to be one of those like holding on to your butt the entire time, but we're doing it. 43.5. Give me the under.
Corey?
Yeah, this is going to be my first teaser here. Are we for sure Teddy B is ruled out?
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be Skylar. That's
no Teddy gloves.
Skylar's announced the starter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Teddy's not ruled out. He's just not the starter.
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah,
okay.
I believe that's the case.
Well, I'm going to tease the Dolphins up to 19.5.
So many points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. I mean,
it's
a play. I understand it's Thompson and it's Josh Allen on the other side, but that's a lot of points. I mean, it definitely could happen. And this, like, I was gonna go Bills the first way, but I was like, wow, it's something weird can happen in the playoffs. I mean, for God's sake, Tim Tebow came in and threw 9 balls that one time, beat the Steelers, and in overtime. Anything can happen. I mean, I do expect the Bills to win this game, but I'm going to take the Dolphins in the first leg of my teaser up to 19.5 points.
Yes. I feel like this is a true life Oklahoma drill. Mike McDaniel versus a live Buffalo. And like, he is going to get steamrolled. Like, there's no way this little twerp is going to tackle a Buffalo.
You can't call Mike McDaniel's one of the best coaches in the league. Like,
I know, but he doesn't have a quarterback, so they're going to get rolled. Like,
Well,
That's all I imagine in this game. It's just an Oklahoma drill, Mike McDaniel versus a giant water buffalo.
all right. Well, I think so. My teaser is going to be teasing the Bills Dolphins over under from 43.5 to 37.5 and taking the over on that. I think the Bills alone are putting up probably 30. I feel like I'm echoing.
You are. I am too.
Nick. 'Cause I don't know.
I didn't even do anything.
I thought I heard I'm trying to think of whose audio it was. I was echoing off.
I think you're good.
So 30 points, I think the Bills are scoring, and I do think one of Tyreek or Waddle has a big game. The Bills, the Skylar Thompson is going to be forced to pass this ball all game, and it's pretty good when you have Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I believe one of them is going to have a big game. I guess, like most people, Tyreek Hill. And I think so. If the Bills put up 30, all you need is the Dolphins to score a touchdown and a field goal, which I think they can do, if not more. So I think getting the down to 37.5 is great for this game.
Question, and then we can move. Is there any veteran quarterback that's just sitting there on the waivers that the Dolphins could have picked up to throw in this game?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Like Ben Roethlisberger, emerges from the grave and comes and saves the Dolphins. What are you thinking here?
No, first of all, you sound like you're in a fishbowl.
I know. What is with your audio?
Your mic is echoing off of something that's causing issues here. No, but I feel like there's got to be someone out there that I don't know. I just seems like it was especially a couple weeks ago, when you saw two got hurt, and then I don't know. I feel like there could have been something could have done. Anyways,
Mike McDaniel's smart. He's gonna score some points. He's not just gonna. I don't think he's just gonna put up 7 points and that way. I just don't. Even with Skylar Thompson. All right. Next game we have the Giants going to play the Vikings in the Dome. 3-point favorites are the Vikings. We saw that crazy shootout last time. What do you guys got here?
This is the
Danny Dimes is playing for his job, so.
So you got the Giants?
No, not at all.
So Danny Dimes is out of a job, you're saying?
Yeah, I can't imagine they keep him.
What?
Although there's not going to be too many other options.
Wait. We need to
right, for another day. We can debate the Danny Dimes staying or leaving for a long time. I don't think we should go down that road.
That was crazy take after the season he's had this year. That's all I'll say.
All right. I mean, Richie James was supposed to be wide receiver 1, and look what he's done. Not a whole lot. It's a guy throwing him the ball. No, I'm just kidding.
He has no weapons.
Yeah, he has no weapons. They're not going to be able to keep up with the Vikings. So I think this game probably should have had more points. Going with the Vikings. Kirko Chains and Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, star-studded cast. They're probably going to put up 40 points.
Your audio is so out of whack, bro.
Dude,
it's
talking about.
It's so bad. I don't know what happened from the start.
There's a massive echo.
Right
I don't
now,
know what it is,
but it got screwed up somehow. This is going to be the first leg of my teaser. Both of these teams have played close games all year, and the Giants sneakily best team ATS all year at 13-4. So I'm going to tease them up to 9 in the first leg of my teaser.
I like it.
I mean, I can definitely see that happening. The Vikings are king of close games this year, so which makes me worried being a little worried about this pick. But Vikings play extremely well at home and on turf. For some reason they cannot play on grass. It's pretty abysmal what they can and can't do away from that dome. This game's not prime time, so we don't get prime time Kirk. I mean, I guess you could almost say it because
you get a half prime time.
Yeah, it's
it's not full prime time. But
Yeah,
he's half Kirked. So I like the Vikings here -3. Again, I just think they have too many weapons. Justin Jefferson hasn't really been utilized in the last 2.5-3 weeks. I think he has a huge game this week. Giants, though, 6-1 ATS. We just talked, Alex just mentioned it. Best ATS team in the league this year. Minnesota, 1-4, last 5 ATS. So it does scare me a little bit. Yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I was gonna switch. I leaned to the over a 48.5, but I'll stick with my gut. Vikings -3.
Yeah, let's go, Corey.
Jesus.
Skull Nation.
Well, I am going Giants +3 here.
So loud. It's still so loud.
So bad.
I'm taking the Giants +3. I'm a big believer in Brian Dable, what he's come in and done with that franchise. He's made Daniel Jones like he's implemented like a poor man's like Bills offense. Like he has Daniel Jones running the ball a lot, but obviously he doesn't have weapons like Stephon Diggs to use. You know, they paid Kenny Galladay is supposed to be their guy, and he doesn't play it all year.
Did you see that touchdown?
Yeah, he had an amazing touchdown. It's like, where was that? Like,
Which was like, it was like a $30 million touchdown or something. Is his only one on the year, something crazy like that.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get. I think what we saw last time, like the Vikings did barely win this game. I believe it was by a field goal, correct?
Yeah.
In the last second.
If I had to guess, the Vikings winning by a field goal sounds
Yeah,
about
it was
right.
like a last second field goal.
Yeah.
But it was like a really high scoring game. There was like over 70 or 80 points scored. You saw all these random weapons for the Giants, like Isaiah Hodgins and Richie James have good games. I think Darius Slayton's going to be the guy this week. It's just these guys with speed just tend to just get the better of the Vikings. And, you know, Daniel Jones probably going to have another good game rushing. Saquon, I think, catches a touchdown this week. I don't know. I think the Giants, like this is like one of my upset picks. Like I think the Giants can just flat out win this game, but I'm taking the points +3.
Wait,
This is one of those games too where it's like you have like the super flashy like Justin Jefferson Vikings, like all sorts of like motion offense and flashy plays, and then the Giants who are just like embody the football guy mentality and just like winning games.
The Giants do get creative, and if we know anything about Dable, like he's going to in this first game, like he's going to whip out every little play that they have to try to win this game. And I think Dable, if I had to say which coach do I think is going to get more creative in this game, I would give it to Dable.
you're not going to give credit to Kevin O'Connell and what he's done.
He's done great, but I just like Dable more. Like,
I'm not saying I don't like Dable, but you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. And
I get it. He's done great.
You can't just sweep that under the rug. I mean, come on.
No, I agree. I just think the Giants.
The Giants are almost there. They're still missing pieces.
Yeah, they're offensive weapons for sure. That's what they're missing. I'm very like I think like Daniel Jones is really like looked great this year in my opinion. All right. Next, we got the Sunday night football game. You know, if Lamar was playing, even if like they're on their they're right there in the boat with the Dolphins. They have their third string quarterback likely playing this game, and Anthony Brown. Oh my, like this is gonna be bad. It's just a rematch. We just saw this gameplay. We literally just saw it unfold. And one thing I will point out is Tyler. Well, actually, we'll talk about that in the DFS. This is not related to this, but what do you guys have in this game?
Neither Lamar or Huntley has practiced all week.
No, it's probably going to be Anthony Brown.
And Lamar hasn't practiced in an entire month. So, like, even if he does play, I think he's going to come out pretty slow. I don't think Huntley is that great of a quarterback. He definitely cannot keep up with this Bengals offense. They're going to keep rolling. I'm surprised this got the Sunday night slot. I think they're just hoping that Lamar somehow pulls it out and plays and makes it somewhat entertaining, but Bengals are going to keep rolling here. They've only scored less than 23 times all year, and the Ravens have a tough time cracking 20 consistently. Bengals -8.5 is the pick.
I'm with you. Going down with the other Ohio team. This is all I have to cheer for this time of year. I think the Ravens are going to get crushed. Lamar Jackson's not going to roll out there without a contract next year and risk his long-term health for next season for this Ravens team that just paid Roquan Smith $100 million, making him the highest paid tight end or linebacker in the league. He's been trying to work on a deal for over a year, and then they just disrespect him right before a playoff game like that, mid-season contract. Like, come on. There's no way that Lamar, even if he is healthy, he's rolling out. Like, he's done. He's never going to be a Raven again. And that's it. I think you could see it all written all over the Ravens' face last week when they played. They're just like, we want to lose this game because we don't want to play the Bengals potentially in the next round. And guess what? They lost and still get to face them. So they're going to get steamrolled again.
Okay. Corey?
Do you guys remember the score of last week's game?
No. I didn't even watch it.
27-16.
Yeah.
With Anthony Brown playing the entire game.
Yeah.
And I think the Ravens turned the ball over 3 or 4 times. He had 2 picks. There was at least a fumble in there. There was definitely a fumble in there by Sammy Watkins. Because that was part of something that cost me $10,000 last week. So I do remember that, Sammy. This is my second part of my teaser here. I'm teasing the Ravens up to 14.5 points. It's a divisional game again. They literally just played last week. Even if it is Brown that comes in again and plays, I think they have, they got to see what they had last week with him. I think they can maybe work with some additional play calling. He got live reps against a team that he's facing again. To be a team back-to-back weeks, I understand it is the Bengals, but the Ravens defense has come alive the last couple of weeks here. I can see this being a closer game. Actually, I could see this game being won by Justin Tucker field goal.
Oh my gosh!
Get out of here!
Get off the show like now.
I'm literally just throwing it out there in the universe because
there's no chance that happens.
There's definitely a chance that happens.
No,
There's
zero.
chance.
There's zero chance. There's not
All right.
a chance. It can't happen.
There's not a high probability, math guy.
I'm just saying. I like the Ravens plus 14.
Gracious, you're about to have the worst week you've had. And it's the first week of the playoffs. Good gosh. Okay. Whew. That was
okay. Wait. So when this does happen, what do I receive from you, PB? What do I get? Because this is impossible for this to happen. So for something impossible, I should be rewarded for my. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna go on to my pick here, and
all right, go to your
it's
pick.
actually probably not what you would have thought. Taking like Bengals or they're the next part of my teaser, and it's pairing. I'm pairing both of these games where you have third string quarterbacks with the overs. I think this one you get down to 34.5 points. The first time they played last week went over pretty easily. And now you get Mark Andrews back for Anthony Brown. And what I said last week, and this was kind of on the DFS show, but I said that it was Tyler Huntley going to start at the time. And I said he was going to be forced to throw the ball like 40 plus times, and Mark Andrews was going to get easily over 10 targets. And that's why I liked him. But it ended up being Isaiah Likely because Andrews, they were focusing on this week. And I think Mark Andrews is going to get absolutely peppered. He's better than Isaiah Likely. I think Isaiah Likely is going to be involved as well, but they have another weapon. So I think their offense is likelier to produce a little bit better. I do think that this game could surprise people in that the Ravens just played them. Anthony Brown got live reps, so they could keep it closer than people might think. So that's why I'm staying away from the spread, and I'm taking the teaser with the other game and getting 2 overs that are at 34.5 and 37.5.
So do you think Isaiah Likely is likely to score a touchdown?
No, I think Mark Andrews will score a touchdown. How I predicted him to last week before he was ruled out. And then Isaiah Likely proceeded to go over like 100 yards.
Corey.
Yes.
That's so weird. That my hand was. My
Did it
hand
do that for you?
Yeah, it did. That's weird.
Only Corey can raise his hand. Okay, speak, Corey. Maybe
That's really weird. All the Ravens need to do is just run 2 tight end sets, Likely and Andrews, and
that's what they're going to do. I think.
no, and just throw the ball to them because obviously the Bengals couldn't stop Likely last week. So yeah, that's another reason why Justin Tucker will hit a
No, that won't happen.
53-yard game-winning
That
field
won't
goal
happen.
with 7 seconds left remaining in the game.
Well,
I
you're
can't wait
about
till
to be
they lose
absolute-
by 21.
Figure out how to bet that. Just sprinkle a little on that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Just in
not,
case.
not a chance. The Bengals, Jamar Chase, gonna have one of his nuclear games. Like he wrecked the playoffs last year. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take the Bengals down under a field goal.
It was in consideration, but I just am way more confident that this game. Like I'm fine with even taking. I think the game goes over 40.5, but getting it down to 34.5. I mean, love that. So,
All right.
but I do think Bengals minus 2.5 again. Just like I liked, what was it? The Jags +8, perfect pairing with the Bengals to get under 3 points as well. I like that as well. All right, now we're down to the Monday night game. They saved, of course, Brady for this primetime Monday night slot in Tampa. Cowboys, they're unfortunate. They get the 5 seed after the season they had. But here we are. Brady is there's is it? Yeah, 2.5. The Brady, so they're 2.5 point dogs at home. Who wants to go first here?
I'll go first.
I'll just come out and say it. I think the Buccaneers could lose this game.
I
So
mean,
what's your pick?
they're not favored, so you and probably a lot of other people in Vegas think the same.
What's your pick?
That wasn't like
They're just
news.
the Cowboys are so upset prone. Like I don't know. I don't have a great feeling about my pick. Even
It's
though
your
I'm
lock.
going to take my lock of the week.
Classic
With
Nick.
the Cowboy, like I'm using logic on one side, where it's like, all right, like Brady's gonna get smacked and like, maybe retire, hopefully. And then the other side is my emotional side of the brain, where I'm like, well, it's kind of Tom Brady. Like he might knock a few teams out here.
So what are you going
Make your
with?
pick.
My lock of the week is the Cowboys minus 2.5.
God.
I don't have any good reason for it besides just like
convincing.
numbers. We're gonna be like, stats guy is saying, Mike
Your
McCarthy's getting the win.
lock of the week should be fixing that microphone of yours.
Take
Trying to
Still
figure out-
busted up.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so bad.
seriously?
Still bad.
Like-
take some of the money
Oh
from
my-
that win on that Cowboys.
God.
and,
You need a new one.
Get a new mic. All right, who's next here? Corey?
Yeah, I'll take it. Taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 1-6 ATS in the last 7. Dallas 1-4 and 1 ATS in the last 6 games against Tampa.
Okay.
What does Tom Brady like to do?
Never lose to the Cowboys.
Step on the star. He likes to disrespect
Okay.
America's.
Say it, Corey. I've been waiting for this.
Oh.
I've been waiting for you to take this.
Tom Brady's an all-American man, all right? Don't put that on his name.
So with that being said, I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks plus
Yeah.
2.5 at home. It's Tom Brady's in the playoffs. It's Tom
Yep.
Brady in the playoffs.
Losing
He did
record.
it last year. He did it
Week
last year.
in.
He did it last year. He wasn't supposed to do it last year against the Saints. He did it last year against the Saints. Wasn't supposed to do it. Wasn't even
This isn't
supposed to make the
the
playoffs.
This isn't the
Yeah,
Saints.
it's the Cowboys who just lost to Sam Howell.
How? Oh,
Exactly. The Cowboys they're a train wreck. Mike McCarthy is a terrible coach.
Yeah.
Todd Bowles is going to, put pressure on Kirk Cousins or Dak Prescott and
Pretty much the same.
same person. And
Yep.
Bucks win this game on a last second field goal.
Yep.
Okay.
Dak, I think it's 2 interceptions in 5 of the last 7 games. Brady loves stepping on the star, as Corey said. And what better combination than Mike McCarthy and playoff choke jobs? It's like peanut butter and jelly. But yeah, this is the second leg of my teaser. Bucks plus 8.5. I see this game being a touchdown either way. Wouldn't be shocked if the Bucks won this one. Wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys won it, but I think it's going to be pretty close either way. So Bucks plus 8.5, second leg.
I will say before I give my lock of the week here, I do like your teaser here at Bucks plus 8.5. I think in addition to the overs I picked, I like that. And then Jags plus 8. Bengals minus 2.5. Those are definitely my favorite legs of the teasers this week. But I mean, this is past Tom Brady's bedtime. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl and they are covering 2.5. Dak Prescott, the Bucks have been one of the most putrid offenses this entire season. You know, people just think back to this Panthers game where they had absolutely nobody in the secondary and saw his like Tom Brady has been absolutely atrocious this year. He's terrible. And now he's got to play this team that's averaging, I believe, more points than I think any other team in the league, or right up there with the Chiefs, the Bills, Eagles. Like the Cowboys are going to beat the Bucks by more than a field goal. I think, you know, it'll be one of those things where you see in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady and people like, oh, here it comes again. No, not happening this time. Might keep it within 8.5 and a touchdown. They're winning this by over a field goal. CeeDee Lamb, massive day here. Tony Pollard's getting going again. And Dak is going to show everyone that he's not among these elite guys, but he is much better than Tom Brady.
Big Mike McCarthy guy, huh?
No, I'm not I'm a Kellen Moore. I like their offensive coordinator a lot. And he's shown why he's a great offensive coordinator. This team, like, I cannot wait to see this team.
We'll start calling you Mikey if you want.
Nick, you're Mike McCarthy. Don't forget that. You're Mike McCarthy and our friends' phones.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Stats
guy. Yeah. You're the stats guy. I mean, I don't.
Okay, yeah, that's why you're Mike McCarthy. Okay. But I cannot. I'm looking forward to this game, I think, more than
this is the game that reminds me, or it's gonna remind me of when the Saints played the Bucks and we got text from PB 1 through 3, fourth quarter, ate his words very quickly. I could see this happening again. So
okay.
Just gonna wake up to just over 100 L gifts just tossed in his face.
Super Bowl, going to the Super Bowl. They will beat the Bucks in the first round. They will beat one. They're either playing, it depends on if the Giants win, but they're beating either the 49ers or the Eagles in the second round, and then the other in the third round, and then they'll lose in the Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's how this playoffs is on.
All right.
Well, I mean, on that note, though, do we want to go through and pick our Super Bowl teams and who we think will win? You want to do a quick little round robin of that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hang on.
Two teams and your winner.
Hang on. Do we get a sneaky? Do we get like a sneaky team and then an actual team?
Just two.
No. Just 2 teams and the winner.
Bills, Niners, Bills winning.
Okay.
Oh, you stole mine.
That's
because I told you that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Because I've had the ticket on the Bills since before the season started.
Yeah.
I want to. I want a sneaky. I want a sneaky team.
Okay, then say whatever. What do you want here, Corey?
God.
I want a sneaky Charger.
My sneaky team is the Eagles.
I'm taking the Chargers out of the AFC. I'm taking the Chargers out of the AFC to play.
There you go.
The Eagles,
that's your non-sneaky team.
No, that's my pick. Eagles.
That's what you think happens. Chargers
versus Eagles.
All right, it's going to be Chiefs Cowboys. And Chiefs win.
You're so generic, dude. You're like
the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl is generic.
Mr. White Bread over here.
It's like I enjoy shopping at Kroger. Like, come on, dude.
Your pick, Nick, your pick is the most generic pick. The
No,
Bills Niners is
It's
the
the
most
favorite because there's some wagons. Okay, you're over here. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Like,
I think
Come on.
Chiefs-Eagles is probably the most.
No, I
Yeah,
actually think more people are on the Bills and Niners at this point than the Eagles. I
Well,
mean,
Bills are the
Niners and
favorites.
Eagles are probably right down the middle.
I will.
And Chiefs and
But-
Eagles or Chiefs and
I
Buffalo.
mean,
is probably right down the middle.
we have sports books to give us odds, right?
I will say. Hang on. I will say.
Yeah, but odds isn't what people are betting.
I would like.
on.
I would like it to be Bills Eagles and Bills to win. Like that's what I'm hoping for. But I could see
The Chargers are losing the first round.
I don't think the NFL will let a Bills Eagles Super Bowl happen just
bet,
because the stadium would erupt.
Burn.
I just think
those
it
cities
is-
would burn to the ground.
Yeah.
It is funny that Corey's AFC pick to go to the Super Bowl, I have losing in the first round, and then my NFC pick to go to the Super Bowl, Corey has losing in the first. So if one of us is, well, I guess we could both be wrong, but
Yeah, both of you could be very wrong.
but one of us will. It's a good
Hey.
chance we could get one of these right in the first round. We'll see.
hot hand
All
to head
right,
last.
sneaky pick: Jaguars, Dolphins,
Not even
No.
possible.
Ravens.
I don't really have. I think there's not really a sneak. It's going to be one of the Bengals, Bills, or Chiefs in the AFC, and it's going to be the 49ers or Cowboys. Like,
No love for the Eagles, huh?
I do
mean,
not like the
nobody thought the
Eagles.
Bengals
The
would do
Eagles
that.
are just they're not going to beat a high-powered offense.
All right, we're not going through this again. We
Okay.
got it. We're
Yep.
going to spend 25 minutes just
right.
berating.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Little chaotic show here to say that's probably might be our most chaotic show.
Thanks, Mikey.
Super chaotic.
Super wild card weekend.
But anyway, we'll be back for the 2-game slate breakdown on Saturday, and then the main slate for I think Sunday to Monday it is. So that'll do it, and I'll see you next time.